Well, thank you for the compliments. It is not about me. It's about that dressing room and how they've improved throughout the season. Today's game, you saw we made one change. Hannes came on for Raul to give our attacking play a different dimension, as he did. So you could see his involvements were different than the other two games with Kevin in that position. So they had to adjust also, Charlotte, and adapt to that new situation. First 20 minutes were very, very tough for us, but we got through it. And then once we got through it, we started to control the rhythm, control the game. And that is a massive, massive achievement playing in this stadium against Charlotte.
How important was that goal from Nico before the first half ends? Because
Yeah.
I feel like if it finished 0-0, it would have been 200.
Yeah, they will keep their energy going into the second half. So that moment just before the break is very intense, of course, because they go into the dressing room, they have to make up. So we were prepared to go for another 15, 20 minutes like the first half started. But I thought we were a little better on the ball the first 15 to 20 minutes of the second half. And obviously the goals came. And yeah, we played it like we wanted to play.
I know it's a little bit too early, but can you give us a little update about Andres?
He will be out for a bit. We think there's a fracture, but that has to be confirmed. So we'll have to wait and see. But it's a big loss for us as a team.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Go with Victor here in the room.
Congratulations, Victor Pesantes from Ecuador.
Thank you, Victor.
The first half of the game was 0-0.
Mm-hmm.
What the change made that made for each player, so the second half was extraordinary.
Mm.
You know, the score was a 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
The next step. Did you change anything for the second half? You know?
No, we didn't. We didn't change anything because, like your colleague said just now, we went up 1-0 just before halftime, which was a very impressive goal. The way we scored also, it gives us a lot of energy, and it was a big slap in the face for Charlotte. So we were prepared to go into battle again for the first 15 to 20 minutes of the second half, expecting similar play from Charlotte. But I thought, like I said just now, that we were better on the ball the first part of the second half than we were in the first part of the first half. And then you see, I've mentioned this throughout the season many times, that we are able to use different tools, played good possession at times, but also from the transition from the set piece that the second half gave us the second goal is a big quality of this team.
Thank you, coach.
You're welcome.
On to the Zoom, we'll go with Jonathan.
Hey, Pascal, Jonathan Mack in New York.
Hi, Jonathan.
Could you kind of talk about your team's decisiveness tonight? 7 of your 8 shots were on target, despite Charlotte having almost double this match and, scoring from 3 counterattacks as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I think the accuracy was by far on our side. I think the first shot on goal was well handled by Justin. And then you can see the goal, obviously, in the second half with a moment that we lose concentration in and around the box, and we conceded 2-1. But overall, that was the message that we gave to each other going into Game 3, that we have to be more clinical in these type of games, because, as you know, in Game 2 we had a big opportunity from a set piece to score and win the game, but we didn't score. So in this game, playing away in a tough stadium like this, the clinical part of the game becomes even more important.
Michael?
Hey, Pascal, it's Mike Andrew from Blue City Radio. Thanks for the time, as always.
Okay, Mike, how are you?
Good. Obviously, devastating to lose on Andres Pepe in this moment.
Yeah.
What experience do you have as a coach to talk through your team through a difficult moment like that?
Well, you saw what happened, and I saw my players were very emotional when it happened. So that is a very important moment to make sure we stick our heads together, because there was still some time to play, that we don't get distracted. And I must say they handled themselves pretty well. But of course, it's a very intense moment because we lose one of our own, and it looked very bad. So, but coming back from that injury as a team, I think we handled ourselves pretty well, and we're focused to play the game as we should do in these type of moments.
Back in person, Mo?
Coach, we just saw Kevin get called up for the national team, Irish national team. You have Matt getting called up for the US and Alonso as well. How proud of you are you as a coach for those players to represent the
Oh, it's very proud. Couldn't be prouder. And in Kevin's case, it's even different because it's his first call up, playing in the MLS and playing like he's been playing this season. He must have caught their attention, and they invested a lot of time in him to make sure if he was a right fit for their squad. So he's going to travel there, and he's very proud, and so am I as a coach. But more importantly, the dressing room is very proud of his call up for the national team.
Does that international break give you a break as well, or are you full on?
No, we'll be training. This week is slightly different, but we'll be in sessions. And because there's a weekend that we don't play, we also have to be very creative in order to keep that scrimmage going. And we'll take care of that in our program to be ready for the semis.
Back to the Zoom, we'll go with Scott.
Hey, Coach, how are you? Scott Church and Stream Punk Soccer.
Hi, Scott.
Congratulations on the series win tonight. You've preached this season that players get 24 hours to either embrace the win or the loss. Given how big this one is, are you sticking to 24 hours? And also at the same time, how many hours time do you give yourself personally for this? Thanks.
It's always 24 hours, Scott. So there's no change in that. However, like I commented on the question just before yours, the schedule will change because the guys go for the national team activities. So we have to adjust our program and make sure that we keep ourselves fit and concentrated to be ready to play the semis. So that is our goal for the next period.
Final two, we'll go with Jonathan, followed by Christian.
Hey Pascal, just one more for me. Could you talk about how big of a miss Aiden and Andreas will be for your next match, seeing as how Aiden's suspended and Andreas obviously out with that injury?
Yeah, it's going to be a huge part, of course, because they have gotten very used to each other playing in these areas. They're very important for our play. But as before, throughout the season, if somebody's not available for whatever reason, we'll have other guys from our dressing room stepping up, and that will be the case going into the semis as well.
Go ahead, Christian.
Good evening, Coach. Congratulations on the series win. There was a moment in the second half when Nico runs down the wing, crosses it, it's deflected into the goalkeeper's hands. I'm not really kind of thinking Alonso just drops into that wing back position with a pretty long bursting run. What does that say about this group's togetherness and their development as a group, that he does such a selfless act so without prompting, I guess?
Yeah, that's very well spotted from yourself. It defines our dressing room. I've mentioned that a couple of times throughout the season. There's a moment also throughout the season with Musif Bakrar defending as a striker in the box and then being on the end of the final touch in the other box. So it says a lot about our dressing room and their willingness to work so hard for each other and make up for each other when somebody else is out of position. So great team spirit, I would say.